Hi everyone, myself Arnav. In this video, we'll talk about customer relationship management, the different CRM modules, and how it is implemented with Enterox Cloud Platform. If you have seen the last video, you already know about creating entities, relations, actions, and packaging them into solutions. Now, based on the same concept, there are some solutions pre-built or inbuilt with the platform, and they can be imported from the solution store. The objective of any CRM implementation is actually to improve relations with the customers, improve business relations with the customers. And how it is done is by analyzing and tracking the different interactions done with customers at different stages. The three primary areas where interactions happen with the customers is the sales process, the marketing process, and the support process. So the sales, marketing, and support are the three key modules that make up any CRM implementation. We'll start with sales process automation and then we'll move on to marketing and support. So before we import the sales solution, it has a dependency on business and catalog solution. The business and the catalog solution is like a core for most of the existing solutions or most of the inbuilt solution. A business solution allows you to track all your customers and all the interactions or activities performed towards those customers. Customers can be accounts or contacts, accounts representing businesses or organizations, contacts representing individual or people. So we'll start with importing the business solution. And we have the business solution imported. The first thing you need to do after importing any solution is go to actions. Let's sort it by solutions and review all the actions that are imported by that solution. Essentially, you need to set up credential for each of the action that come in with that solution. Ideally, you should set up with a user account that has limited permissions, but in order to save some time, I'll just use my own credential with these actions. Next, we'll go back to solutions and import catalog solution. Now, a catalog solution essentially allows you to maintain your product or a service catalog and the corresponding price list for your product or services. And we have the catalog solution imported. Now, the catalog solution doesn't have any actions to set credentials for, so we'll proceed to importing the sales solution. Let's install the sales solution. And we have installed the sales solution. Next, we'll go to actions, and just the way we did it for the business, we'll select all the actions using a shift or a control key. All the actions related to the sales solution, we'll select them and set the credentials for them. Again, I'll use my own credential. You should create a different user account for the actions. Okay, once we have imported all the modules that are related to the CRM or sales process automation, we'll see the corresponding business modules within the main site, but we can go to the CRM side. That will show us the filtered view of the CRM related solutions. So we have the business solution in place, we have the sales solution in place, and we have the catalog solution. If we import the marketing solution and the support solution, they will all come into the CRM side. So let's start from understanding the business solution, the different entities that come in with the business solution. The account entity or the account actually represents a company or an organization. Now, all these fields are completely customizable. Just watch the video on getting started with Enterox Cloud and you'll be able to add your own fields to this form or this entity and remove certain fields. However, I'll suggest you not to delete the attributes, rather hide the attributes. You can do that by setting the corresponding view order to be 0 or empty. And we have the contact entity representing an individual or a person, his first name, last name, job title, if he's related to an account, the phone number, fax and email, and the lead entity. Lead entity represents someone who might be interested in your product or service. We have activities. Activities represents the different interactions, correspondence that you have had with the different accounts, contacts, leads, or other entities. It can be phone call, email, events, fax, letters, meeting, SMS, or in generic terms, task, anything that you have performed in correspondence to that record. Before we see the sales processing actions, that is starting from the leads and processing through the different stages of the opportunity, the sales life cycle, sending quotations and orders, let's set up a catalog. The catalog is where you set up the product or services that you sell at in different prices or in different units. So we'll start with a standard business case that we have. We also retail computer servers and desktop computers. So we'll set up the units first. A unit represents, well, as the name suggests, a measure of quantity of the product that we are selling. Say it can be kilograms or pounds, or it can be, if you're selling services, it can be hours or days based on how you are selling them. In our case, or in many cases, actually, it will be simply number of items that you're selling. We'll create our own entity as unit as number, and then we'll set up products. So we'll say we sell Enterox server computers, Enterox servers, Xeon E5, to you, rack mount to you, and the product code Enterox Enterprise Server. You can also specify description or features and specifications. That helps if you are setting up an e-commerce system integrated with Enterox Cloud. The default unit, we'll select the unit that we have just created, numbers. You can also create units from here or edit units from here. Category, you can group your products into different categories, like we can create a category called server computers, and that's the server computer that we sell. And then we have desktop computers, Enterox workstation, 5. Again, the unit we'll select will be the numbers, and category, this time we'll create a category called desktop computers or something like that. Again, you can manage your categories or set up a hierarchy of categories through the category management module, or we'll just leave it for like that. The ones that we have created is here. Next, we'll set up the price list. Now there can be different prices of the products depending on if you're selling it in different regions at different prices, or if you're selling it at a different time of the year at different prices. In our case, we do it like there is a standard price list, and then we also have something like a bulk order price. In case if someone purchases in bulk, we provide them the items at a different price, different per unit price. Corresponding to the price list, we can create price list items. Price list item essentially is a mapping of the product and the price list along with the actual price under that price list. Say we sell the rack mount server at something like $3,000, and then we sell the workstation computers at something like 600 or so, or let's say 1000. It'd be like 600. Okay, and then there can be bulk order prices. Let's say we sell the workstation computers at a slightly lower price, something like $500. Now these currencies can also be modified, you can go to domain settings and set up the currency according to your requirement. We'll leave it as dollars for now, and then for the bulk order for our server computer, let's say Xeon servers, we'll set it at like $2,500. These are just some random numbers. So we have set up two price lists, and our products are price lists for the products in different price lists, slightly different. We can review the entire price list items over here, all the different prices for the same product under different price lists. So we have set up our catalog. Now let's proceed to seeing the sales process in action. So the sales process begins from leads. Lead represents someone who is interested in what we have or what we are selling, our product or the service. So let's say someone has sent an inquiry that he needs servers and computers for his company. Let's give him a name. Let's call him John Doe. Job title CEO of the company Doe and Does. I'll give my phone number, email address. You can add more details. You can set up the attributes as you require. You can set up lead source, where the lead came from, whether he came from the website or he came from a marketing campaign or an advertisement. You can set up the estimated budget if you know if he has mentioned something about it in his discussions, something like that. And then purchase time frame, if you know those details, you can add those details or just leave it. These are not required fields, something like this. And again, if your lead is sourced through an existing contact or an existing account, you can map the lead with those. And in this case, we do not have any contact. We just leave those fields as is. Next, let's say we got this lead through our marketing campaign or through our website, and then we talked to him and we got more details, and we believe that we can qualify this lead. So we'll just set this as contacted, and we can convert this lead into an account or contact, or take him through the sales life cycle. That's the opportunity life cycle. So we'll click on more, convert the lead. We can select we want to what we want it to be converted into. So we want to convert it into all three. We want an account created, a contact created, and an opportunity created corresponding to the lead. Once that's done, we can see that we have a new account. The account entity contains all the information related to the company, information that we had with the lead. That'll come over here. And then we have a contact created with all the contact related information that we have in the lead. And of course, the lead is there. The lead has been marked as closed and qualified, and we have an opportunity created corresponding to the lead. So whatever details that were there with the lead come over to the opportunity, and next we'll process the opportunity through the sales life cycle. So first thing, we'll add the product line items that he might be interested in. We talk to him and we know that he requires like 2 server computers and some number of desktop computers. So we'll select sales opportunity product line items, and then we'll add the product line items. We can select the products that we have set. Let's say the server computer. It automatically picks up the default unit that we have with that product. The price list that we want to use with that, we'll use the standard price list for now. The number of the quantity, and if you want to give some discount, let's say 5% discount, it automatically calculates the amount corresponding to the discount percentage and sets the base amount. Otherwise, you can also give a direct value or amount value of the discount, something like 400 or 300, etc. But for now, we'll just leave it as 5% discount. Tax code. You can set up the sales tax for each item differently. This was based on the feedback from one of our customers. Essentially, they wanted to have, there are products that qualify for different tax slabs depending on the product item or the prices. So with every product line item, you can specify the tax. So let's say we have a tax code like sales tax, and that will be like 15%. I'll just put a random number there. It automatically calculates the tax amount and the final amount that comes in, including the base amount and the tax amount, the total amount that comes in with this product line item. And we'll also add some desktop computers, the workstation computers that he's interested in. Again, we can pick up the price list corresponding to it. We can also actually specify the price as we want. If we do not specify the price list items, we can actually give our custom pricing for this item, something like $700 or $550. Say 10 computers, and we'll give a discount of like 5% again. We'll mark it to something like 15 computers. Okay. Again, we'll select tax code. We'll use the same tax code that we have created earlier, and we have the final amount in place. So we have set up the product line items corresponding to the opportunity, the different product line items, and we can see that we now have a calculated amount corresponding to the product line items based on the calculations that happened. It automatically calculates the total amount out of it. And next we'll send him a quotation. He has requested us to send the quotation corresponding to his requirement. So there are two server computers that we are selling at a discounted, where we are giving a discount of $300, and then we have another 15 desktop computers, again some discount over there, and the total amount comes out to be something like 15,568, close to his estimates. Let's send him the quotation. So in order to send the quotation, we'll create quotation, generate a quote corresponding to the opportunity. You can actually directly create orders if the negotiation is already done. You can directly create orders from the opportunity, but in this case we'll just create a quotation. So we have a new quotation created. You can see that the quotation would also have product line items corresponding to the product line items that we added to the opportunity, and we can see that it also gives more details about the prices, the subtotal price, the total amount that came out, the total discount that were given, combining the total product line item discounts, the total base amount, the total tax amount, and finally the total amount that comes in. And then if there is some freight charge that has to be applied, let's say we have fast shipping or something like that, that will charge like $200, perhaps a little more than wanted. And we can have payment terms, net 30. We can specify till what time this quotation would be valid, the expiration date for the quote, etc. We can, if we have the details of billing address and shipping address, we can specify those details as well. And once we have generated the quotation, we can also directly email the quotation to the member, to John actually. So we click on print, and we can see that it automatically creates a quotation draft with all the details that are there. It shows the gross total amount, the shipping amount, the different rate at which the different items are being sold, the quantity of the items, the discounts given, the tax applied. And you can also edit the note that you want to send along with the quote. Of course, we can print it and send it as or save it as a PDF file and send it through a different mail client, or we can actually directly send mail from the system. So we'll click on email, and we have a email activity created. Now we can directly send this email, or we can assign this email to another user to review before sending the quotation. Let's see this activity within the CRM site. Just close this tab, go back to the activities. You can see the activity that's auto created from the quotation. There's the activity. with all the details in place. And I'll assign it to myself, or you can assign it to someone else and assign notification to him. I'll just assign it to myself and send the email out. So you have something like an email state. We'll mark it as send and send close. We can also review this activity related to the contact that we have. John Doe has been sent out an activity, so it will also appear over here. The same activity is related to this contact, and then we have the activity related to the account as well. Now let's say John agrees with the quote that we have sent and wants to proceed with the purchase. Then we can go to quotation, mark our quotation as accepted, or in case if he wants to review or wants different pricing, then we can mark it as cancel or revised and go back to opportunity and adjust the product line items corresponding to the opportunity, recreate the quotation, follow through the process again. Otherwise, for this case, we'll just assume that he has accepted with the quotation the prices that we have sent with the quotation. We'll mark this quote as accepted, and the next thing we can do is actually generate an order corresponding to the quote. Of course, we can also generate order through the opportunity, but we can track the order that we have received from John through opportunity or the quotation. So we generate the order. Once we have the order in place, we can see that we have an order record created, and the order record also has the same product line items and the pricing that we have specified with the quotation, along with the other amount details. We can add more details to it, requested delivery, etc. And finally, once we have delivered the order, we can update the order stage to be as confirmed or provisioned, shipped, fulfilled. And these stages can be adjusted according to your business process. Finally, we want to track an invoice corresponding to this order. We can do that as well, just the same process, generate an invoice through the order. And we have the invoice generated. You can see the invoice is in place along with the corresponding product line items. Similar to the quotation process, we can print the invoice or email the invoice. And there is more to the sales process. In case if some of the items are returned, we can track those returns. Tax code and freight code, we have already seen it in action with quotations and orders. So that covers the sales process walkthrough. In the next video, we'll walk through the marketing solution.